Hey everyone, Kim here, Abundant Life Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. We are doing another Mystery Mystic reading. We're taking a look at the disappearance of 45-year-old mom and mortgage advisor Nicola Bulley, and she is from Lancashire, England, and that's like the northwest part of England. And she's been missing since January 27th, 2023. It is kind of disturbing, like the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Police are speculating that it could be that she just may have either had like a freak accident where she fell into the River Wyre. That's where she was walking her dog Willow and playing with her dog Willow. Whereas other people are speculating something may have happened that's a bit more nefarious or sinister. And then there's other people who speculate that surely her husband had, or her partner, it's her partner, of 12 years had something to do with it. And I'm just going to keep an open mind. I really wanted to wait this out as long as possible. And I may not publish this until Monday for Mystery Mystic Monday, because it is my hope that she is found. But, you know, with each passing day, it becomes... well, you know how it goes if you follow missing persons cases. And I just want to keep an open mind. Like, her family and friends are really upset about people speculating about the partner, and I just don't want to bring undue stress to them. So we're just going to take a look at the overall overarching energy surrounding her disappearance. Whatever spirit wishes to reveal to us about that, we will receive. And this could be information about before, during, or after the disappearance. Okay, so we're going to just take a look at the overall overarching energies and go from there. Spirit, what are you willing to reveal to us about Nicola's disappearance? As you all, some of you know, it was strange. It sounds like she would do this on a regular basis. She'd take her dog out. She would be on a work Teams meeting, you know, it's like Zoom. And, you know, it was, all of this happened within a 10-minute window following the team meeting ending. I don't know. It's really trippy. Spirit, what do you wish to share about Nicola's disappearance? What would you like to share? We have candle, pitchfork. Okay. What would you like to share about her disappearance? Like, what's interesting is the police are like, they are confident she didn't leave the area. And I don't know, like, they're super confident about that for some reason. And that could be because the camera footage, oh, we got blood. The camera footage, or CCTV, there's one camera that would really show like where she was at in terms of her and her dog, but that camera wasn't working. But then perhaps maybe all the other entries and exits of that like natural preserve area by the river has CCTV, and they were able to discern that she didn't leave. That's the only way I can imagine how they would come to that conclusion. And yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to hear what you all think. We have arrow. This is interesting. The message is coming through, but we'll go with it. We'll just see what Spirit wants to reveal to us about her situation. We have harp. And we'll just go with it. We have hag. Y'all know, if you've been following my Mystery Mystic series, the Hag card, along with Pitchfork, it's not a good sign. I didn't know what to expect, you all. Just one more card, please, Spirit. Foot. I did a reading and the camera kind of got squirrely, so I scrapped the reading and started over again on this one. This card had come up before. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I tighten this up so you all can see what we're talking about, because I want to like make sure that we don't diddle daddle. Okay, we've got the candle card. Now the candle card is about something coming to light. It is about the hope to hold on to. Okay, that's a blessed thing. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I have her picture still up on my laptop screen here with my mouse. Okay, it is about life. Sitting next to the pitchfork, though, it is concerning because the pitchfork is about conflict in her life. Maybe conflict happening at that time. Holding hope that the answers will come about this conflict. This is about a violent uprising. Okay. Rebellion. Someone fighting something, fighting against something, and this coming to light. Now, I was thinking, if water came here, I could say, well, she was fighting for her life. If you've ever nearly drowned, it really feels like a fight for your life, and you're raging against the waters around you, and you're fighting for your breath. There is no water card here, and I thought surely there would have been. So this is telling me there's something going on here, an attack on her life, with that pitchfork card. Now, let me see if I can scoot in so you can really see what I'm showing you all here. We have the ear card. This is about her needing to be aware of situations and maybe not. Maybe this also could represent a witness hearing something, hearing a scream, hearing conflict, and they didn't even articulate what they were hearing. This card could also symbolize hearing news, listening to others, and being aware of situations. So it could be that maybe she wasn't aware of situations, or she was aware of something. Maybe she heard something and witnessed something, a violent uprising, and someone was like, oh no, that's not okay. You can't be privy to this. You've got to go as well. And I say this only because of the Hag card. This card is sitting over the Hag card. Let's talk about the Blood card. This is about a sacrifice. This could be about bloodletting and blood loss. God forbid, I hope that's not the case. You've got two cards in here representing life. This one and this one so far that we've discussed. Okay. Sacrifice, life, being taken, hearing something. Like I said, it could be that a witness heard something and didn't even understand what they heard, or she's heard something, even just on that day. Something, she witnessed something herself and someone saw that she did. Now, we have the Arrow card. For me, this represents a target, being targeted. It can represent someone setting a goal of doing some sort of harm. For whatever reason, they needed to do this harm. It also, one of the key meanings is about representing falling in love with someone. Love, or lust. setting your sights, like Cupid's arrow. But I sense this is just simply meaning that someone was targeted. Could be her. I was really hoping that this was not a case of foul play, and I could be totally wrong. Maybe what we're picking up on energetically here is, some of the speculation, but I don't know, you all. It's interesting, these cards that are coming up here. We have the Harp card. This is about peace. Someone taking someone's peace. Someone's peace being disrupted by a nightmarish situation. It looks like such a peaceful and serene area where she was at. Uh-oh. Oh. Sorry, guys. Dropping my papers and things. Okay. It seemed like, and I'm disturbing your peace. It seems like this was such a peaceful environment that she was at, that whatever this was going on here, this malicious encounter, she couldn't help but to be a part of or notice and have to be involved, okay? Somehow she's involved in this situation that's going on. The Hag card is about fears, nightmares, or bizarre or malicious encounters. Something that is totally unexpected and totally bizarre and malicious. And someone could have been traveling on foot, okay? And I think this makes sense, and I see now why this card kept coming up, at least now and in the reading that I started to record, but it didn't record. This is literally saying that maybe perhaps what may have happened to her was someone who was on foot, which is like wild to me. I don't know. I mean, of course, it could mean other things like stability, like kicking someone while they're down. It could be something like that, I suppose. But it coming up twice is telling me it is of importance for us to understand what may have happened. Now, if you just take out the equation of someone else being involved, if you take that out of the equation for a moment, and we're just dealing with her and maybe the elements, I suppose you could see that, something caught her eye. She goes to investigate to see what it's at. She ends up, getting hurt as a result of that, loses her footing. So it could be something like that, right? I don't know. But I'm going to pull just one or two of these cards to see if there's any shadow aspects of Nicola's disappearance that we need to be aware of. And then I'm going to pause and we'll move on to the next part of the reading. I didn't want to make a big spread. I just wanted to just kind of get an idea of what may be going on here with her disappearance. Bitterness and desperation. That's interesting. I'm going to reshuffle. Just one card, please. One more card, Spirit. One more card. And if not, that's okay. We'll just deal with these two. No, one more card. I know there's grief, and I know that to be true for sure. Okay. Bitterness. Someone is quite bitter about maybe how things are going, maybe with the investigation. In terms of leading into her disappearance, someone could be bitter, desperate. They were doing something desperate. So maybe she seen or heard about somebody who had some bitterness going on. She was perhaps targeted because she knew and heard something. And this also, like I said before, this speaks to there could be a witness, not an eyewitness, but I always say an ear witness, someone who heard something. desperation. Somebody's desperate, and they were desperate to keep her quiet, keep her, keep the situation under wraps. Now, of course, this may be something entirely not even related to the disappearance. It could be picking up on some other energies surrounding her situation in her work life, her personal life. And then we have arrogance. Someone is arrogant enough to know that she may, or that maybe she's either may not be found, or that they may not be uncovered or found. That could be what this arrogance is about. All right. I'm going to pause here. Pause for just a moment, and I'll be right back. All right, so we are back. We're going to just pull some additional oracle to see what are the energies surrounding what happened to Nicola and where she may be at, or who might be responsible. Backyard. Oh, okay. Backyard. I don't know. Are there houses over there? We have mental health. Are there houses over there? I have to look at the map. I haven't had a chance to yet. I've been there's been a lot of missing persons cases going on that have been preoccupying me. So, I don't know. Backyard. Someone's backyard. Burial or grave. I'll just pull a couple more. Fear. Oh. Misadventure. Timeline. There's something about the timeline that is two or more. News media and the press. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? Children. She does have children. She does have children. She has 2 girls, I believe. That's what makes this so sad and tragic. Is that they're waiting for their mom to come home, and she hasn't come home in days. And yeah. So let's just take a look here. I'm going to zoom in for a moment. Oops. Zoom in so you can see them up close. We have backyard, mental health, burial or grave, fear, misadventure, timeline, 2 or more, news, media, and the press, and children. Now, if we were looking at this from the eyes that something nefarious happened to her, you could say that maybe somebody is not mentally stable. They may have caused her fear, took her away. She's in somebody's kind of backyard or back property, and could have done something to her, or even buried evidence, or buried some ties or links to her, and maybe she's somewhere else. You could say that. And you could say that this is, her being very much in fear and scared. It could be that. It could be that maybe, remember we were talking a little bit about her hearing something, maybe hearing someone who had some misadventure. Misadventure is an interesting card because it can mean that someone is doing something and they end up, getting really hurt or passing away out of some fault of their own. Or it may not even be some fault of their own. There could be someone else who might be nearby, and they may think that they're at fault, but really it was just a bad, unfortunate accident. And so maybe it could be that she may have seen something, or she herself is a part of this misadventure, and somebody feels erroneously that they need to cover this up and hide it, because now they're supposed to be doing a sweep. I guess they're hiring a specialized dive team that's going to use sonar to scan the entire river and really try to find her in the river. And if they can't, well, then this, the things really get interesting because, she could very well be in the water, but I haven't received a water card yet. We'll see what the tarot says. But anyways, we've got timeline. The police have been very upfront about the timeline of events, and her friends and loved ones, her partner, everyone who's been searching for her has been putting out information about the timeline. But there's something about this timeline that is omitted, either for the integrity of the investigation or because it's not clear yet. There's aspects or holes in it that maybe they're not privy to. Maybe and that could be tied to gaps in what was covered in that CCTV footage that's just not there or available. We have two or more. This could be two or more witnesses, two or more people involved in being on foot and moving her or being in this situation. Lots and lots of news, media, and press coverage. That is for sure. And it's the pressure of the news media and that's spreading around the world that's causing this case to move as quickly as it is. I'm not quite sure, other than this is just a nod to her children and to be respectful of her children as we approach talking about her case, because her children at one point or another may read about this later, especially, God forbid, if something happens to her. It will be her children, her loved ones, her parents, her dear parents who are online seeing what's been written and seeing all these theories that people have. So they have to be careful. The mental health card is also interesting to me because it mean that that's her mental health and not the mental health of someone outside of her, perhaps. Oh, boat, body of water. I was wondering if the water card would come up. Travel. Okay. Oh, natural causes. That's interesting. What would be natural causes? Could she have had like a heart attack and fell in the water? I don't know. Okay. Country, wilderness, green, and lush. I don't know. Kidnapped, abduction. That's kind of contradictory now, isn't it? We'll see. We'll pull a couple more of these cards and see what comes up. And then we'll move on to the tarot. I just have a few questions for the tarot reading. Well, this doesn't make sense. Sometimes when this card comes up, gunshot or shooting, sometimes to me it more speaks to, I don't know if she would be shot. I'm not picking up on that. And I'm not getting a strong vibe on this, but sometimes it could just mean targeted. You have to be targeted to be shot. I mean, I suppose it could be random. You're just randomly, indiscriminately shooting. True, you could, but usually you have a target in mind. So it could just literally mean that versus an actual gunshot. I don't know. I'm going to pull a couple more and see what lies out. Spirit, is there anything else that you wish to share about Nicola's disappearance? Money, I'm not quite sure of how this all ties into it. Maybe I don't know. That looks like a very clean-cut kind of area of the world, wholesome even. So I don't know. Money and secrets cover up withholding information. Was she privy to some sort of cover-up or something tied to money? I don't know. Did someone believe that she was? Perhaps. I don't know. Now, body of water. She is by a body of water, and perhaps maybe she left by boat. I don't know. Maybe the perps left by boat. They did whatever they did, and the river looks really. The other thing that I thought when I saw the river, it's that it's not fast moving at all. It's not fast moving at all, and it just looks small. Like where I'm from in California, like the rivers in like the Mississippi River near where my originally from, is very big, fast moving. That river to me I don't know. I don't even know if boats can travel in there. I don't know. Travel, someone moving her, she being moved, traveling down away from where she originally was at. This natural causes could be ultimately, passing away from the elements after being taken away, after being abducted. That could be what it is, what it ultimately comes out to be. Targeted, like I mentioned before. Like I said, I'm not sensing a gunshot. I'm getting a low vibe on this particular card, like it's not a very strong vibe or connection to this one, but I'm going to show it to you all nonetheless. It jumped country, wilderness, green, lush, so probably not too far, and I'm curious about the backyard, about that backyard card. All right, now I'm going to pause here for a moment, you all. I'm going to see where we're at. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop here. And I am going to pause. I want to just take about 10 more minutes to do a tarot reading for her case. And I'll be right back. Okay? I'll be back.